This is Dr. Joe Pat Hatem, Mayor of the City of Southport. Election Day, one of the exemplary days of the year that celebrates the glory of our country and the freedom and liberty that embraces our democracy. It is like July 4th, except it lasts more than one day in terms of voting. For those of us in Southport, we have early voting and easy access to the polls. Early voting began Thursday, October 15th, and will continue through Saturday, October 31st. The location for voting is the Brunswick Senior Center at Southport. The address 1513 North Howe Street, near the Wingate Hotel. Another landmark for most of our citizens, take a left at Famous Subs at the light onto Robert Ruark. If traveling from Rivermist, take a right onto Robert Ruark. You will see the old shopping center where Roses and Wilsons used to stand tall. Go to the very end where you will see the line of voters. There's plenty of parking. For those with disabilities and cannot enter the polling place, there's curbside voting. Follow the signs on Robert Ruark. Hours for early voting, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Sunday, noon to 5 p.m. The last day for early voting on Saturday, October 31st, the hours will be 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Please note, if you have not registered, you can still vote. The requirement is that you have to be a resident 30 days prior to the election. You may register and then vote on the same day. This option is not available on Election Day. There are precautions that will be in place for voting in person. All poll workers are required to wear face coverings. Voters are not required to do so, but it is recommended, and I encourage you to do so. Social distancing markers and directional arrows will be present, as will hand sanitizers. High-touch areas will be sanitized throughout the day, and voting areas will be sanitized after each use. On Election Day, Tuesday, November 3rd, polls will open at 6:30 a.m. and close at 7:30 p.m. Southport has 2 voting locations that correspond to Ward 1 and Ward 2. If you live on the east side of Howe Street, that is Ward 1, and you will vote at the Brunswick Senior Center at Southport, the same poll where early voting is located. If you live on the west side of Howe Street, for geographic reference, our waterfront restaurants are on the west side. And those on the west side will vote at Ward 2, Southport Elementary School at 701 West 9th Street. If you're traveling up from the river, take a left at Locals Restaurant. If you're traveling towards the river on Howe Street, take a right at the light by Locals onto 9th Street. The First Lady and I live on the west side, so we will be voting at the elementary school. My fellow citizens, it is an honor, a privilege, and a responsibility to vote. It is one of the most important civic acts you will do in your life. Celebrate and embrace the liberty and freedom that casting a vote embodies. It is imperative that you are informed, but that you also vote what is in your heart and which candidate you want to represent you and your family. Who will do the best job? Who will dedicate themselves to serving with an intellectual endeavor and compassion and hope to lead and inspire us for a better future for our county, for our state, and for our country? Elections belong to the people. It's their decision. Abraham Lincoln. It is your decision. Make sure your voice is collectively heard by voting in the 2020 election.